Thank you for staying with us. Radical Health is a Bronx based women owned social enterprise seeking to combine meaningful conversations with the community and teach health equity. I'm sorry. In September, they will be holding a conversation series in Mott Haven concerning the opioid crisis. Here to share more is Stacy Cabezas, head of programming at Radical Health. I hope I said your name
Yes,
correctly,
you did.
right?
Yes,
All right.
thank
So
you.
tell us a little bit about your event that's coming up in September and what does that involve?
Sure. So on September 7th, we'll be hosting a community conversation series around substance use, addiction, and overdose in the community of Mott Haven, which is a community that I hold near and dear to my heart. I'm from Mott Haven, and we're going to be inviting our community members to come in to the space and have a safe space to talk about what substance use and overdose means to them and their family members, and how we can find equal ground to solve the problems that are going on. The Bronx and Mott Haven itself is such a beautiful community, and we want to ensure that we can solve these issues together as a team.
And as you probably know, that the Bronx is the number one in the whole country, not even just in the city, with opioids, right? So I feel like you are kind of being the voice in the community to combat this. How did you get started with this? And tell us a little bit more about Radical Health.
Sure. So I'd like to say that Radical Health has really changed my life and my perspective. Before I started with Radical Health, I was working at a Harlem-based community organization where we with immigrant children, and we reunited them with their families. So it was meaningful work, and I wanted to bring the meaningful aspects of what I was doing there to my own community. And when I was a kid growing up, I grew up on 143rd Street between Brook and Willis, and I'm happy to say that I had a happy childhood, and my family did really well in shielding me on what was going on in the nitty gritty. And now that I'm older and I have my own child who's growing up in the same community, I see that I would like to be that agent for change. So what Radical Health really does is combine meaningful conversations with the community and bringing, when we think of healthcare, we think of the doctor, we think of patients, but there are people behind those patients, and those people, we as people, really have a voice, and it may not always be a clinical issue or clinical healthcare. It could be, social determinants. It could be housing. It could be deportation. What are those issues that are affecting our health that may not be in the clinical sense? And that's pretty much what we're trying to accomplish, specifically with substance use in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking before the segment began about a little bit about what happens in these conversations. Just reiterate that.
Sure. So in our conversations, in our event on September 7th, we'll be having it at 11 a.m. It's a Saturday, so we'll be providing lunch and childcare. A lot of times, we have members of the community who want to come out, but who's going to watch the children? I have to provide lunch. We'll be providing all of that for everyone. We're posing it in a way where we're asking questions, and we're having the community give us their responses. What does health mean to you? What does substance use, what does addiction mean to you specifically as a person? What does it mean to you in your community? And afterwards, we're going to also have a naloxone training, a free naloxone training, where we'll be also dispensing naloxone. Naloxone is a nasal spray that can reverse the effects of an overdose in an individual, and it's safe for anyone to use.
Mm-hmm. And then I understand you have, there's an event called, or not an event, but a part called Smoke Sensations.
Oh, smoke cessation, yes.
Is it cessations or sensations?
Cessation.
Cessations.
Yes.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so we're actually hosting conversations as well in the Betanzas houses, which is also located in Mott Haven. We're having these conversations surrounding smoke cessation. What does it mean in terms of housing? How do you feel about your health within your housing complex, in your home? And we're posing similar questions surrounding those topics.
Mm-hmm. Now, can anyone come to this event? Is it, a way that we could sign up, or how do we get this information?
Sure. So anyone can come. It's free for the entire community of Mott Haven. You can sign up on there is an Eventbrite page, and also through our website, radical-health.com. In our events page, you'll see Mott Haven Meets, and at the bottom there will be a link.
What does the future look like for Radical Health and your future in Radical Health? What do you want to continue doing? Do you want to continue having more of these conversations?
Of course, yes. We definitely want to continue to have conversations around all aspects of health. We want to talk about substance use. We want to talk about housing. We want to talk about job security. We're also in the future going to be launching an app around maternal health called Radical Relay, and that should be coming up soon.
That's right. And what is that app about? Where can we download it? I guess the App Store, correct?
Yeah, so you can download it on iOS and Android, the app stores. The app itself is about maternal care. So Black and brown pregnant people who may have questions about how can I make an appointment? Is this procedure necessary? I'd like a second opinion. So it acts as a know your rights / nurse in your pocket, and it's a chat bot, so you can ask questions, and it uses natural language to answer you. If it can't answer you, it'll link you to a peer.
That's so interesting. Instead of having to go to the I shouldn't say to the doctor, but calling your doctor up, your provider, you could just text an app.
Yes.
How interesting. Well, thank you so much, Stacey, and just give your information one more time.
Sure. So you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at We Are Rad Health. You can also find us on Facebook at Radical Health. And you can find our website, www.radical-health.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Stacey,
Thank
for
you
joining
very
us.
much.
The Mott Haven Meets Conversation series will be taking place on Saturday, September 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at St. Mary's Recreational Center located at 450 St. Anne's Avenue, room number 4263. For more information, visit radical-health.com. You can also email them at hello@radical-health.com and follow them on Instagram. We are Rad Health. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.